AdventureWorld presents details of lunar eclipse. According to astronomical calculations, on March 3rd, 2026, a lunar eclipse shall occur, whose first contact spurts shall be at approximately 3:21 p.m. IST, and last contact moksha shall be approximately 6:46 p.m. IST. During the eclipse, the moon will move into the Earth's shadow, causing a visible change in its brightness and color. In India, the total eclipse duration shall be approximately 20 minutes and 28 seconds, while the Khandagrash partial lunar eclipse shall last for 3 hours 25 minutes and 17 seconds. During the eclipse, the moon shall appear reddish or copper-like at several locations, a phenomenon commonly referred to as the blood moon. So let us now find the technical details of the lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse follows a sequence of penumbral, partial, and total phases, and then back through partial and penumbral phases where the moon moves through Earth's shadow. It begins with the penumbral eclipse P1 when the moon enters Earth's outer, fainter shadow. The partial eclipse starts U1 as the moon enters Earth's darker inner shadow, the umbra, with the moon continuing to move in and out of the umbra until the entire moon is covered totally at U2. After the greatest eclipse, totality ends U3. The moon exits the umbra U4 and finally exits the penumbra P4. The phases of a total lunar eclipse. First contact, penumbral eclipse begins, P1. The eclipse starts as Earth's outer, lighter shadow. The penumbra first touches the moon's outer limb. This stage is subtle and difficult to notice. The eclipse begins when Earth's penumbra, the faint outer part of its shadow, first touches the moon's surface. The moon's brightness starts to fade gradually. Second contact, partial eclipse begins, U1. The moon moves further into Earth's umbra, the darker central part of the shadow. A dark crescent-shaped shadow begins to cover part of the moon's surface. Earth's darker inner shadow, the umbra, touches the moon's outer limb, creating a noticeable bite out of the moon. Third contact, total eclipse begins U2. The moon's surface is now entirely within Earth's umbra. The moon doesn't disappear, but often takes on a reddish or coppery color due to light filtering through Earth's atmosphere. The entire moon is now engulfed by Earth's umbra, and the total phase of the eclipse has begun. Greatest eclipse, that is mid-total eclipse. This is the peak of the total eclipse when the moon is at its closest point to the center of the Earth's umbra. This is the peak of the total eclipse. The moon is at its closest point to the center of the Earth's umbra, making it appear its deepest and most vibrant crimson color. Fourth contact, total eclipse ends, U3. The moon's outer limb begins to exit the umbra and the total phase ends. The edge of the moon begins to exit the umbra, marking the end of the total eclipse. Fifth contact, partial eclipse ends, U4. The umbra completely leaves the moon's surface. The moon's entire surface is now clear of the umbra, but it is still passing through the penumbra. And finally, end of penumbral eclipse P4. The moon is now entirely out of Earth's umbra and moves out of the penumbra, ending the entire eclipse. The moon moves completely out of the Earth's penumbra and the eclipse is over. So what we learned regarding types of lunar eclipses? Penumbral lunar eclipse. The moon only passes through Earth's faint penumbral shadow. Partial lunar eclipse. Only part of the moon enters Earth's umbral shadow. And total lunar eclipse. The entire moon passes into Earth's umbral shadow. What we see during a lunar eclipse, the moon doesn't just disappear. It often glows with an ethereal crimson or reddish hue, a phenomenon caused by sunlight passing through Earth's atmosphere and being scattered or projected onto the moon, much like red sunsets and sunrises. So that's all for this episode. Thank you for watching.
My dear sisters and brothers, we believe that you have enjoyed the content and has definitely pressed the like button, shared the video with many friends and relatives, and submit comments to get ideas and inspiration for our next video. If you are new to the channel, shall certainly subscribe to the channel, if not already done, by pressing the bell button, to get notification on subsequent releases. Please continue to stay in good health and humor. Thank you for your continued support.